Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 Check video. I found the absolutely super crop for FS25 and it was always there, hidden in plain sight. I never realized it, and I think only very few players realized that this is an absolutely profitable, lucrative superfruit, the poplar. So it's no fruit at all, you can't eat it, and it's a little bit tedious to harvest, but other than that you can make a fortune with this. It's absolutely the best. Per hectare you can earn nearly 10 times as much than with wheat if you harvest the wheat without the straw. 10 times, nearly, not exactly 10 times, but nearly 10 times. I can hardly imagine it, how lucrative this is. And it grows back. You harvest it, and after it grows back. I knew that sugarcane is very lucrative, but I think it's a pain to harvest it, but I was still considering doing it in FS25 because it's so lucrative. But then I made my research for a top crop type video, and I wrote down all the numbers and so forth and made a ranking. And then I saw, oh, this poplar, this is so much. This is so absolutely so much money that you get from harvesting the poplar. And so I checked the numbers. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. I checked the numbers to be sure. And then I thought, oh, the numbers tell me this is absolutely insane, those poplars. And then I started a new save game and instantly tried to harvest this poplar. And indeed, I made a lot of money. And so the testing in-game showed exactly what I had as numbers on my Excel file. Yeah, and don't worry, I will show you the important numbers soon. So, how could I miss it is one question. How could everybody miss it? And how did I find it? And why was it so difficult to find? So, how could I miss it? I already told you I find it a little bit tedious to harvest, but I must admit it's the same difficulty like harvesting chaff from corn. A little bit, it takes longer because the working with is smaller from the machine, but the work is more or less the same. So it's not that bad. But anyhow, I also didn't grow sugarcane in FS22 because I thought, oh, too much work. And it's not fitting in this landscape, and so on and so forth. And another reason is I tried the poplars in FS19. And I thought, okay, you can make good money, but it's a lot of work in this tedious aspect. And I checked the numbers. In FS19, the wood chips brought 1/4 of the price that you get now. So only 25% of what we get now. And in 22, those poplars were as lucrative as they are now. It's nothing new. It was always there. And I didn't see it. It's not amazing. It's very bad. I missed it for a whole 3 years, and somehow I'm a little bit sad about this. Yeah, and how could everybody else that I know of missed it? Maybe there were players who said, oh, I always make poplars, they are the best. But I don't know the players who say this. I've never seen people grow and harvest poplars. It's not popular in a way. And there is, I think, two reasons. You have to invest quite a bit of time and effort to get the numbers through playing. So you have to decide, okay, I go for it, I try it out, and then you have to do the harvesting stuff and such. And I don't think a lot of YouTubers and players that are outspoken have the time just to try it out. And therefore, maybe not so many people discover it. And then there are others who check the XML files. That's what I did for my top 10 or my top crops for FS25 video. And in the XML file, you can be misled. Do you say it like that? Misled? So it's misleading, because when you only see the yield per hectare, the poplars are a third less than they are in reality. There is another factor that you have to include, and that is hidden at a different place, and you have to search for this. Because when you harvest the poplar, this is transformed to wood chips. So this harvesting process transforms it, like the corn plant is transformed to chaff when you harvest it through a forage harvester. And the factor from poplar to wood chips through harvesting is factor 3. So you have 3 times more wood chips in your trailer than the yield for the poplar is. So, and if it would be only a third of the money that you get in the end, you would still think, okay, you get a lot of money, but it's quite a lot of work. But it is 3 times higher than you would normally think when just reading the XML files. And therefore, I think it's really hidden in plain sight. So, now I show you the plants, then the machines, and then the numbers. And then you have to wait, hopefully only very short time, for the tutorial how to grow it. So, those are the harvest-ready poplars. And they are the same plants than the huge long trees, the poplars that grow along rivers or along lakes and so. And here they are planted very narrow together, and they are cut after a rather short time. They don't have the time to grow as big as trees. And they grow so fast that it's profitable, and you cut them and then you have wood chips, and they can use for energy things like heating or such. Okay, this is about the poplars. An important factor is it takes them 13 months to grow, and then when you have harvested them, they grow back again. Another 13 months, and you can harvest them again, and again, and again, and again. And if you have plowing active as a need, then you should plow every 3 harvest cycles and re-sow them, but only then. So here we have the younger growing station, and it is nearly it has grown nearly as big as the harvest ready, and it still has leaves. And you can see it's like a little poplar in a way. And then here we have a gap. There is still a medium stage. but I only had 3 fields, and this is how it looks directly after planting and when it grows back after the first month. And then it stays for 4 months, then it stays in the medium stage for 4 months in this stage, and then finally after 13 months it is harvest ready. And what machines do you need? Here you need a planter that you also need for planting trees. And yes, the poplar is a tree in a way. You have special saplings here, and they are not too expensive. It was cheaper than I thought. Then for harvesting, if you are rich, you can afford a forage harvester with this special header. And if you play alone, you could use such a trailer with this dolly here, and you can attach it to most of the forage harvesters. Or you play as multiplayer, and then you can cart it and get the stuff while driving beside or behind the forage harvester. And the helper can work with this, and the worker can also work with this solution, same trailer, but instead of a forage harvester you have a tractor with more than, I think it was 360 horsepower, quite a lot. That is the problem point with this, but it's still cheaper than the forage harvester. And you have this funny tool. This is something like attachable forage harvester, and you have the same header. And if you are still poor, you can use a third method, and you only need 200 horsepower, and then you can use this special baler. It's a round baler. It cuts down the poplars and makes bales out of it. And for transporting the bales, you either can put them with a front loader onto a cheap bale trailer, or you can just get this Anderson trailer, which loads the bales automatically. Yeah, that is all the machinery you need. And every 13 months you can make a small fortune or a bigger fortune, depending on the size of the field. Yeah, and the next thing I'll do is doing the tutorial and telling you how to grow them. No, but you want to see the numbers. Here they are, and they are fantastic. So, the special thing is that the yield is so big. The yield per hectare is 84,000. Yes, 84,000 is the right number. And this is without any fertilizing. If you fertilize 2 times, which would be the normal, then you get 50% plus and such. And the price per 100 liters is $320 on hard mode in average. And the poplars have quite some big fluctuations, and therefore if you sell it at the right time, you get 150%, even on hard mode. So you will have $480 per 1,000 liters. And then down there I wrote the income per hectare. And on hard mode you get $27,000 per hectare, but without fertilizing and in average. So if you fertilize 2 times and you wait for the best time, you can not double it, but make much more money even. And in normal mode it's 48,000, and in easy mode it is $81,000 per hectare. and you can make much more money with fertilizing and waiting for the right moment. And this is nearly 10 times as much as wheat without the straw. And I can really hardly believe it that I missed this all the time. Okay, that's it for this I found the super crop video. And now you have to wait for the tutorial. I hope not so long. Keep yourself braced and then take a loan to buy a field to grow your poplars to become rich. If you want to buy FS25 now, I would be happy if you use my Oma Tana order link for PCs. The link is in the video description below. This allows me to make the videos earlier. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!